Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight and neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dharma practitioners, before we start our practice session, we'll take few minutes to understand ourselves, why we have to get into this practice and how the practice can help for us to purify our mind. So before all of that, you have to remember that today, Facebook and then the WhatsApp, that some social media shut down for 6 hours. And they don't know why it happened and how it happened. So now we all come together like this through the social medias and over Zoom, Facebook, YouTube. So like that. And maybe this can be our last time. We don't know that tomorrow this can happen or not. And at the same time, when you have the opportunity, that's why I every day tell you, when you have opportunity, try to get all the best tool to yourself. Why? Because in case by tomorrow, if you don't have any access to listen to something, learn something, hear something, just you become alone yourself in your place. It is kind of like, anymore it is not a kind of like imagination. It is becoming kind of like our new normal. And it is becoming our reality. We all depending from social medias. We all depending from this machines and technology. And sometimes things can happen. We become helpless. So then always you have to remember, before it come to your door, before it come to your life, get ready for that. And then when in case if it is happens, then you're going to be okay. You don't need to be disappointed about it. In all these 6 hours, I was reading some stories about how people react, especially the young people. Because they build up their life through social medias. And they have no idea, when the social media shut down, they have no idea how they can live. Because they thought the life kind of like this interfere with the media. So it is a kind of like a good lesson. And at the same time, you have to remember This is not going to end. It's going to become more and more and more difficult. And our life itself, we build up through comparison from the ancient time, through what we saw, what we heard, and through our environment. We used to build up our life comparing. But in these 20 years, the human life changed dramatically, and it changed in a very, very different way, and it affect for our journey in a very strong way. Why? Because the social media brought this nature to us. Now we develop our life comparing entire society through social medias. Before that, we used to live our life comparing to nature and the environment and whatever we saw around us. But now it is not like that. Other side of the world, whoever do something, maybe we see from here, and then we start to compare our life to that. And then tomorrow we're going to do something based on that knowledge. So anyhow, that we allow life to come towards us through this all the medias. And that's why we, whatever come and whatever that, when you have the YouTube or the Facebook or whatever the WhatsApp groups, so whatever that information come to you, you take it as life. So then what happens? We allow the life to come towards us through the social medias. But the wisdom that you have, the way that you should do is different. You are the one who should make your life happen, not allow things come towards your life. You are the one who should bring the things out of your life. But somehow on this journey, we came to a point, we completely surrender to things to come towards us. Even this lesson, and you listening and you sitting and you looking at me, or maybe just looking at yourself, that I just, talk to myself, just looking at my face. This is, we create a, that the way, and we are trying to allowing things to come. But at the same time, we lose our real inner nature. What is that real inner nature? You are the one who need to make your life happen. So we bring this information to you, not to make your life happen the way I want. We just bring this information for you to understand, even though you're listening to this, even though you're allowing these things to come towards you, filtering through this all the machines and wiring through the internet. And remember, don't allow that things to make your life happen. And get the wisdom to yourself to make the life happen from inside you. So there are ways that we calculate the wisdom. Very conventional way of wisdom is that we learn, experience, that what you learn, and through the practice, what you gain, the experience become your wisdom. That is one chart that you can name as wisdom. So that is very conventional. You learn something, you practice it, and then out of that practice, you gain the experience. That experience become your wisdom. So that is how we used to come through this samsaric journey. That's why your life is kind of like a warehouse. Your life is like a workshop. Your life is like a huge library with the information you gathered through the samsaric journey, accumulated all the perceptions, and then you went through it and you experience it, and then you hold it as your wisdom. So that is the very nature of this very conventional level of wisdom. We need that. We need that for a certain level. We cannot deny it, we cannot resist it, we cannot get out of it. We cannot make the life happen without it. So then in the very first level, we have to accept it. But in the depth of that wisdom, there is something. So our purpose is, rather than settle down with the conventional level of wisdom, depending on your learning information, practicing it and gathering the experience and bringing the wisdom to your life, we deeply observe this whole process and see how this self-centered mind, that's mean you, exist, and how that yourself, while you learning, while you practicing, while you experiencing, while you holding as it, that all the outcome as the wisdom, how you operate inside, that is the wisdom that we miss from the ancient time. We observe ourselves how we operate through this whole process. That is a different method. So then what you have to do in the very first level, you have to detach from that very conventional level of experience-based, knowledge-based, intellectual-based wisdom. Because that itself is kind of like bringing us the disturb. So the meditation is a method. We develop our mind in the very first level to settle down to the present moment, which is you can experience in the moment without depending your past or the future, or without depending from any kind of wisdom that you gathered through experience. Because just to recognize the sensation, you don't need any kind of experience. You don't need any kind of wisdom. You don't need any kind of background to recognize any person. It doesn't matter whatever the culture, tradition, religion. So it doesn't matter from where you come. If you just focus your mind to inhalation, exhalation, you can see it. If you're able to recognize that and settle down with it, that will start to take you to your pure nature. That is what you need to build in the beginning. That is what you have to find in the beginning. That is what you need to connect in the beginning. That is where you need to harness in the beginning. Because we are so busy with this outside wisdom. We are so busy with experience. We are so busy with information. We are so busy with repeating that whatever we gathered from our past. So that busyness create that all the unsatisfaction, pressure, anxiety, depression, fear, this everything. So then for a moment, if you're able to settle down and observe the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation, then you will see there is a different way of life happening within you. So when you observe that, there's something else come to you. Vomit, boil out. So because this all is boiling inside. You know, we are storytellers. We create stories. We live through stories. And to survive ourselves, we need a story. That is our human life. So when you tune to the present moment or your inhalation, exhalation, the best challenge come to you to get out of the story that you keep living inside you. So that's why you have to be very, very mindful, sharp, clear, not allow that story to repeat inside you. So get out of that story. So we have a story, we create stories, we live in stories, we survive with the stories because of the fear. That's why we need a story. We are afraid. So that fear comes from self-centered mind. Your egocentric mind cannot survive without a story. That's why you always hold it to something, and that's why you always create something as a story regarding you or regarding outside. We are very good for that, to make stories. Our imagination bring it as kind of like a real to in front of you. You live in that, and then you think it's something. But it's just the story happening inside our own head. That's it. That's the wisdom that you need to understand. But because of that, our self-centered mind and our inner self know, if we get out of that story, the egocentric mind cannot live there. So then it is very difficult. That is what comes against us. So then while you're observing the sensation, be very careful. Don't allow any story to interfere with the present moment of observation. Don't allow. It doesn't matter whatever the relationship that you have to that story. Don't allow it to come and disturb you. Let it be there. Maybe it is real, it is true, but for the moment, just let it be there. Just stay with the sensation of inhalation, exhalation. And don't try to interfere with that. Don't try to maintain or regulate it the way you want. Don't have any kind of mental chatterings or any kind of judgment. Just simply try to recognize. When you recognize, you don't use any kind of past experience, just for the moment and wait, and according to whatever happened in that very moment, recognize. If it is an inhalation, recognize it as inhalation. If it is exhalation, recognize it as exhalation. And little by little, when you keep tuned to that, harness with it, Maybe in the beginning, mind go here and there with your stories, but bring it back again and again. In a certain level, it will settle down. So your body, mind, breathing will come to one level and tune to the same frequency. And that is where you slowly can experience the tranquility state. So then each and every cell in your body, that each and every organ in your body, each and every muscles in your body start to interconnect and start to function your whole body as one. So another way, that's how you're going to experience oneness. And not only that, that oneness has a ability, bring that everything around you, whatever exists, and it slowly, deeply, silently start to connect. And then you not separate anymore from outside. So then you become the universe, universe become the you. And that is where you get out of the comparison. Once you get out of the comparison itself, the perception become the perceiver become the perception. Experience become the experiencer become the experience. Subject become the object become the subject. And that is where you recognizing deeply there is no someone as a soul or as a self, as a concrete consciousness without changing, just holding and keeping certain kind of name and form and holding certain kind of identity. There is nothing like that. That everything change moment by moment, moment by moment, inside, outside, both. So recognizing that change is the most important part. So recognizing that whole process that happening in you, that the way that you operate, and that once you recognize, that recognition, it will itself develop your transformation. So once that you have ability to transform the moment of experience, that is where you gain the ability to change. That's what we need. So the people talk about, I want to change the world, I want to change the society. So like that, what according to the Buddha's teaching, the most complicated, difficult, hard world is our head to toes this body. Our life itself is the world. So if you can change, and that is where the world going to change. So rather than projecting outside, looking outside, give opportunity for yourself to transform from this point to higher level. So that is where for that you need the awareness, recognition, that become the ladder. So allow it to happen in you. Only thing is moment by moment, with the effort, with the awareness, with the faith, with clear mind, just be tuned to the present moment of your inhalation and exhalation and start the journey. Allow your journey to take you towards the liberation. Without going the journey, don't try to experience the liberation. Don't try to experience the change. Just let the journey to happen. So only thing yourself, moment by moment, be in that journey without looking for the result. So with that, let's get into practice. Your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and bring your attention to your body, please. So scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalations and exhalations. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also may all your guardian angels, deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhammanudhamma Patipattiya Buddhang Pujemi Dhammang Pujemi Sanghang Pujemi Attaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadi Maranam Ha Paribunjissami Idamme Punya Kammang Asavakkaya Vahang Hotu Sabba Dukkha Pamunchatu. Bless you.